going to be a minute.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. And I'm going to share it in just a second here.
Chats are on. We don't need the overlay. We do need this.
Alrighty.
Highlight that. I don't know why. That always comes up. But okay, we should be good to go.
Yes.
So tonight is a very special night. The holidays are here, if you didn't know. And what we are going to talk about is how the heck to stay on track during the holidays and still have a good time. Because you can do both.
You can do that.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. No, because most people are going to watch this on the replay. That's why I think it's important to start off with telling people what we're talking about. I know it's a little bit out of order because we usually wait till people populate, then we introduce ourselves, then tell them what we're doing.
Right.
But people should know the holidays, believe it or not, I'm going to say this twice just because, but believe it or not, um, almost a quarter of Americans gain 10 pounds through the holiday season and they never take it off.
Wow.
That's a lot over time, as you can imagine. Over 10 years, that's a lot of weight. So, yes. So we appear to be on. People are
Hi,
joining
Claudia
us,
and Patty.
and we should probably introduce ourselves.
I'm Heather Kaufman.
And I'm Tim Kaufman, and we run a page called Fat Man Rants. And together, we have lost 290 pounds. But more importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and active life on a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. We come to you guys on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock because we know what happened to us is out there for anyone. Hopefully, we share some information that you find valuable. And if you do, go ahead and share it. But we know what happened to us is literally out there for anyone. And if we can do it,
you can too.
And we have a very special show tonight. Not only are we going to talk about some ideas, we have a couple reasons why people kind of, I hate using this fall off the wagon, but kind of get sidetracked during the holidays. We have 5 things you can do that will help you through the holidays. But it's a special show because we actually have a very special sponsor for the show, which we've never actually had a sponsor for the show before.
I love it. I love this sponsor.
Would you like to tell people who is sponsoring our show today?
Flourish Soups.
Flourish Soups. So do you have a sample?
I happen to have a sample here. Well, not a sample, but I happen to have a package of the garden lentil one.
Yes, which is very, it's quite lovely. I don't know, the lighting is kind of weird up there, but.
And our seasoning, our magic dust as well.
So first of all, thank you for sponsoring the show, Flourish. Could you tell us about these soup mixes really fast?
I have 4 different kinds, and all you do is take the soup mix, put it in your Instapot or pan, and add water and boil or 9 minutes in the Instapot, and it's ready.
Yeah, so all you do is add water. They're really that simple. They're great to have on for the holidays. I think what we've been getting more of, many people have been shipping them to loved ones.
Yes.
Because we can ship them wherever you put the shipping address. And we can even put a little note in there if you let us know ahead of time. And there's a place to do that when you order. So Flourish Pantry Box, you can go to fatmanrants.com. You'll find the Flourish soup mixes there. They're a wonderful gift. They're wonderful to have on hand. And they're great to have in the winter because we love soup in the winter.
Yes.
The Magic Dust is a great seasoning. It's salt, oil, sugar-free. It's a blend of our favorite spices, and it's a really good deal because you get a pile of it. So yeah, thank you for sponsoring Flourish Soup Mixes. We appreciate you having you on board. All that said, we have to get to work now.
Chats are down there.
All right. We're getting better at this.
So, hello, Jill and Marge, Mary, and Camille.
Roanoke.
From Roanoke. Whoa, I'm coming to Roanoke
someday.
One of these years.
We were supposed to work it out again for you guys. Have a great marathon that turns around at a star. We just cannot
That's the
work it in.
half, but the full goes by it too.
Go bless you. Yeah.
Mill
So
Mountain.
no mountain. Oh, okay. But we're going to make it to Roanoke, Virginia very shortly. So, what we want to talk about today, actually, in our membership group, we've been talking about this a lot. We had a very special guest come on and share some good stuff. And I think it's important that it needs to be said again because many people, I think the average is around 2 pound weight gain throughout the holidays. But we read one study today that says 24%
Mhm.
of Americans gain 10 pounds and very few lose it throughout the year.
Correct.
So it's a really good time to throw yourself off the rails. And there's a few reasons for that. So let's break down why it gets so difficult.
The
First of
fir-
all,
I can do the first
do
one.
the first one.
First, it's just the season. It's the social pressures at work, family, all the festive foods, and commercials too. All the commercials constantly bombarding us everywhere we go.
Yeah, so food is very abundant this time of year. There's a lot of food that we're not used to having abundance to.
Right.
People bring more food into the office. There's just more food around all the time. So that's the first thing that's pretty tough. The second thing, and I
Is
know we both deal with this,
is the stress at Christmas, emotional. Holidays are hard for people,
a lot of people,
for
a lot
for
of
a lot of people, and
especially as you get older, it gets worse because
you
you
lose.
lose family and you lose people, and people that used
Right.
to be there aren't there. So if you have an emotional eating problem, this is like turning the dial right up because you have Christmas brings back all those emotions and loss and things like this.
And the stress. Holidays are stressful
Hmm.
for so many reasons,
Especially if you got a
and
family
for
like mine. I'm just kidding.
oh, all right.
Sorry, shouldn't
And
have said that.
Nancy, you threw me off there.
Sorry.
Back up. It's very stressful. Number one, there's so many things to shop
Hmm.
for, gifts, food, trying to get to everything for kids and families. There's parties, there's dances, there's just so much going on at the holidays,
Sure.
and the stress of it all just really bombards people.
Right. And so mindlessly because you're so busy about what you should be thinking about. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, 100%. The other thing about emotional eating, there's another aspect of that cultural stuff, like things that were traditions in families, like pistachio slush cake, things that only come out around the
Mhm.
holidays. We connect these things with certain family things. So
Right.
food has brings people together over the holidays, and we'll talk about how we can undo some of this stuff.
Mhm.
But the third thing, and I think this might be the biggest one, I think,
Is your um, routines being disrupted?
yeah, 100%. And even the fact of being home from work, like for me, when I go to work, I'm very regimented. My times are all
Mhm.
taken, and it's kind of easy to stay on track because I have this perfect pattern that I've set. And then once you have some time off, you're going to places you don't usually go. I'm home when I'm not usually home. Everything gets screwed up, and that pattern of even exercise gets tough.
Mhm. Definitely.
And we had 2 days off for Thanksgiving, and I experienced that disrupt. My fitness schedule is all screwed up right now because I kept telling myself I have all day to do it, and guess what happens? It doesn't get done. So
Right.
there's 3 reasons. Now there's probably 100, and if you have other reasons, dump them in the comments for us. And
Hello, Kelly and Melissa and Jill.
And what I really would like people to do is help us with tips because we can all share these things. A lot of
Mhm.
you have a wealth. Oh, we are not locked up. We
Oh,
are happen to be on a different screen. I have no idea.
how this happened.
Yep, they got bumped. That's what happened.
Okay.
So, guys, this is going to be really awkward because our monitors just got really screwed up, but you'll have to just go with us on this.
Yes.
Um, so dump the things that help you in the comments right here, please. So first of all, 5 things you can do to stay on plan.
Plan ahead.
Plan ahead. That's the first thing. We need to plan ahead, because if you don't have a plan, I promise you're probably going to fail. That's the truth.
Set some boundaries. Polite no thank you, or it's not something that I eat. You can even say an allergy, and bring food, bring your food, and focus on enjoying the company rather than your food.
Correct. Correct. The other thing is number 2 is to set boundaries. And this is a little wonky. So when we set boundaries, we want to be able to just say, no, I don't want that. So what happens in our house is a lot is people will say, oh, they can't eat that. It's not that we can't eat something, we just choose not to.
Right.
And so that's kind of part of the boundary. If you could just tell people that you don't want to eat that. And if you do it once, it's not being impolite. And I know a lot of people want to like cater to us during the holidays. But it's okay. Like we don't have to eat that, and it's okay. You're not being ignorant. Just set
Mhm.
some boundaries up. The third thing is, and I know this sounds weird, but staying active is huge.
Mhm. Definitely.
Because it does a lot, especially staying active in the morning. If you get up and hit that workout early, it kind of sets the mood for the whole day. And I
Mhm.
know we talk about this a lot, but it's so stinking true.
Or even with the holidays, your routine's off. Like maybe you're at work longer than you think you're going to be. Maybe during your lunchtime, you could just get a walk in during that, or even maybe when you come home, if you get a chance and you just have a little time to yourself, you could even just take a walk on your treadmill, or even around your house. Just get some movement in somehow for the day.
Right. And so let's level that up another step. And then not only are you trying to stay more active, try to convince family or company that you have
Mhm.
over to also. I know for a while we would have Thanksgiving dinner, and if it was nice enough out, we would all go for a walk together. And it'd be like
Right.
20 of us walking down the road. That was super fun.
Mhm.
Another thing we used to do in our younger days is as soon as we opened the gifts on Christmas, we used to go sledding. Do you remember?
Yes, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but just
Wow, that was a
something,
long time ago.
it was a bit ago, but it's just something to kind of break that mold of eating yourself into a coma and sitting on the couch all day.
Right.
Get up, get moving, you'll feel better. You'll get those endorphins pumping and everything would be good.
Mhm.
So, number 4,
Practice mindful eating.
yes, especially look at you're not gonna this is not gonna end perfectly. Like you're what does Chef Age say? You're going to have a snack accident.
Snacks that I love
Um, yeah, I love that too, by the way. But here's the thing: like, if you're gonna have richer food than you're used to, or maybe food that you wouldn't normally eat, savor it. You don't have to turn into like a farming combine and just like take everything. Like,
it.
just take your time, sit down. Make the portion a little smaller, but savor each bite,
Mhm.
right? And be mindful of what you're eating and mindful that you shouldn't probably be eating a lot of it.
Right.
So mindful eating, we tend to do a lot of mindless eating when there's a lot of food around and we're just picking. Just we're
Mhm.
not hungry, we're just picking, we're just eating to eat. Okay?
Yep.
And the last one, and this is a big one.
Keep your why in front of you,
Yeah, so
front
when
and center.
front and center, and then that should be top of mind. And what's probably not going to be important the day after a holiday is how good the food was the day before. Like honestly, like that's a really quick like thing, but it's
Mhm.
almost instant thing. You're not really going to care how good the cheesecake tasted the night before, but you will care about who was at the table with you
Right.
and the company that you
Mhm.
kept and the things that you learn about each other. and all those little memories and moments and maybe some games that you played. Those are the important things. Things like, well, this time of year, people tend to get the flu and colds a lot.
Right.
Eating crappy processed food is not going to be good for your immune system. You should be focused on flooding it with nutrition. So that's part of your why, right? To stay healthy.
And even take a big, even before you go or even before you eat your meal, take a big water jug with you or if you have them, Stanley's.
Oh my gosh, please no. Please.
Have one, but I just thought I'd put that out there. But, a big water jug with you. Have some water before your dinner, have it during dinner.
Yeah,
So you
so
stay hydrated too.
right. And having water in your stomach is going to make you feel a little bit fuller.
Right.
So you're not just going to like dive bomb on all the food. So there you go. There's 5 things. Let's just go over them super quick. Plan ahead. Planning. We talk about planning so much, whether it's meal planning, whatever it is. Plan ahead, have a plan, stick to the plan.
Mhm.
Set boundaries. It's okay to tell grandma, who's a good grandma name? Who's good? Give me a good grandma name. Grandma Esther. Yes. It's okay to tell Grandma Esther that you don't want to eat her fruitcake, probably because it's gross anyways. But it's okay. You can set some boundaries and you don't have to be afraid of like letting people down. The third thing,
Stay active.
yes, stay active. It's good for everything. And the fourth thing,
Practice
mindful eating, slow down, savor each bite, and remember, there should be some thankfulness about the food we eat, right?
Mhm.
The fifth thing is to keep your why front and center. Why do you want to eat healthfully? Why don't you want to eat all the nasty crap? First of all, you're going to feel awful the next day anyways,
Mhm.
so you might as well skip all that. So if you have other things, please pop them in the comments.
Yes.
We can't actually read the comments right now,
Well,
but we will.
I can
But we
kind of
will.
peek over here
But
and
people are going to think you're weird if you're looking over
I'm gonna
there while the camera's here.
peek over here quick. Hello,
All
Angela
right. Heather's going to
and
peek
Amy.
and she's looking right at the camera. So, guys, I got to tell you what happened. And I think we did really good at this. I think somehow the laptop got shut a little bit, shut 2 of our 3 monitors down. And the only monitor we're actually live on is the one all the way this way. Here's the weird thing. Our faces are frozen right in front of us, and we got some really weird looks on our face, even though you guys can't see it. It's wild.
I just
We're over
love
there.
technology.
I know. I want to look over there so bad, but you guys will think
Well,
we're weird.
Go Bills. They will be on in, I think, 1 hour.
Yes, 1 hour.
And they cleared the stadium. They're ready for them to go.
Yes, and I can't get to the button, but if I could, I would totally click. No, nothing works on this monitor. It's all
Oh,
on that monitor.
okay.
So
So
no, you just leave it alone. Man, guys, we said it's going to be a really easy night. We only have one camera, one microphone. We're in the office. We just recorded 3 hours of video
mhm.
for a webinar we're doing on how to run your first 5K. And we thought this would be so easy. We're in our home. We're right. This is how we do it. And we still screwed it up. Dang, dang, dang. So in any
Oh, wow.
event, if I could, I would click the ticker right now to get some soups. We got them back in stock. We're super excited about them. We've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and people really enjoy them. And to be honest with you, we enjoy them too. It's kind of nice having a stock in the house.
Mhm.
You never know what's going to
You
happen.
never know when you're going to get snowed in.
Yeah, yes,
Plus, it's my best way of cooking.
it is.
Add water, boil, or Instapot, and you have a nice meal in minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes, you got a hearty meal, and it's a lot. It's a pile of soup.
Yes.
So there you go. Other than that, I know Heather's very happy we stopped in.
Yes, I
She's been telling me we got to go out live today all day.
am.
So that's what we did.
Well, we hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Like we said, if you want in the comments, put some of your tips. And you know what? Even if you have a really good, healthy recipe for the holidays,
Yeah.
Put that in too.
Yeah, and maybe what we can do is maybe as tomorrow you can have them do a recipe dump. You'll maybe make a post, and then everyone can pile on their favorite holiday recipes.
Okay.
Maybe something great you could do.
Sounds good.
Yes. So, all right, we should sign off now. And then
Yep.
when we sign off, we have to look that way. So please forgive me that you have to look in my ear so I can really sign us off. I suppose we could lift the computer up here, but that would be
But
we
not
this would end. Yeah.
sometimes.
I know that's why it shut off, but I wasn't gonna tell you that till afterwards. Okay. All that said, look, you guys, holidays, brace yourselves. It's okay. We can still have fun,
Mhm.
and we can still eat good food. And if you get a little sidetracked, it's okay. Just bounce back, get right back in it.
Right.
And look at probably the biggest thing that we have to remember the holidays shouldn't be focused on how much you can gorge yourself. The holidays should be focused. This is my opinion. And I think I'm right. No, I know I'm right. We should surround ourselves with our loved ones, and we should remember the meaning for all these holidays, what the meaning behind them is, and just be there for your family, right?
And friends.
And friends
Family and friends.
and friends. And this is the idea of the holidays, not to see how much cheesecake you can jam down your mouth. Yes.
Right.
Oh.
And Grandma Esther,
Grandma-
don't get upset if
Yeah.
they don't want your fruitcake.
That fruitcake was always nasty, anyways. It was like a brick. All that said, look at until next week. Eat plants.
Move your body.
All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday. We will see you guys next week. Make it a great